Happy 4th of July from 23 NBC.
This is the Sun America NBC Sports Desk. Here's Paul Sunderland.
Lake Tahoe, and another absolutely picture-perfect day at the Edgewood Tahoe Golf Course. It's the site of the American Century Celebrity Golf Championship, and we'll have final round coverage for you in just a few minutes. Welcome back to our New York studio once again and the Sun America Sports Desk, and we'll get you to golf shortly. First, the final day of Wimbledon, and what a fortnight it was. The men's and women's finals played earlier today, and we begin with the ladies. Seven-time champion Steffi Graf against first-time finalist American Lindsay Davenport. And the two women take the traditional walk onto the hallowed ground of center court. First set, Davenport leading 3-2, serving in the far court. She hits the forehand winner at the end of this rally. Forehand that served her well all day. She takes the 4-2 lead. Davenport would take the first set at 6-4. They were tied at 5 games apiece in the second set. Graf serving in the far court. Davenport once again shows the strong forehand winner, this time going cross court. Graf's serve was broken at 6-5. Now we move on to match point. Graf unable to return this serve, and the 23-year-old California native wins her first ladies championship at Wimbledon, becoming the first American-born Wimbledon champion since our own Chris Evert in 1981. Davenport did not lose a set in the entire championship, and she spoke with our Bud Collins afterwards.
Lindsay, congratulations. You had only 2 break point opportunities. Did you think you could win a match when you would only look at 2 break points?
Yeah, it was such a weird match, especially also to hold the whole time against Steffi, who's a great returner, but took advantage of the first game and the 1 break point, and took advantage of the 1 at 5-all in the second, and that's what I needed to do and serve well, and those were the main issues.
One note, after the match, Steffi Graf, 7-time winner and Davenport's opponent in this championship final, said that it was her final and last appearance at Wimbledon. The men's final was an all-American affair. 5-time winner Pete Sampras against 1992 champion Andre Agassi. The two American friends who've been playing against one another since they were 10 and 11 years old. Pete Sampras looking to make history on the 4th of July. First set, Sampras leading 5-3. Agassi can't handle the serve. Sampras gets the early lead, 1-0. Now in the second set, Sampras leading 3-2, and look at the pretty drop volley. Still in the second set, Sampras again with a huge serve. Agassi struggled all day with a powerful serve of Sampras. Sampras was up 2-0. At championship point, Sampras with the 17th ace of the match for the championship, his 6th Wimbledon title overall. And afterwards, Pete had a chance to compare this victory with other Wimbledon victories in the past for this great American champion.
Well, it was different. You know, when I've played here in the past, playing Becker or Gorn, it's more serve and volley tennis. Andre's really, he's a baseliner, so I had a little time to get into the match. You know, and it was close. You know, I mean, even though it was straight sets, it wasn't an easy 3-set match. He made me work very, very hard and got through it.
Pete Sampras with his 12th Grand Slam singles title, tying Roy Emerson for the all-time men's record. A couple of interesting baseball notes. American League home run leader Jose Canseco of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays has smacked his 30th long ball of the season against the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Major League home run leader is now Sammy Sosa, who hit his 32nd today off the Phillies ace Curt Schilling. We'll see you later. Right now, enjoy the golf from Lake Tahoe.
This has been the Sun America NBC Sports Desk. Sun America, the retirement specialist.
Hi, I'm John O'Hurley. Welcome to the American Century Celebrity Golf Tournament. It's the only time of the year when the golf ball gets to meet its natural enemy, the waters of Lake Tahoe.
This place is great. There's no other way to put it. Beautiful.
Oh, it was great. There's no place I'd rather be.
I'm off now to the first tee to hit a flaming whoopsie right into the coconuts.
NBC Sports presents final round coverage of the American Century Celebrity Golf Championship.
Independence Day at one of our country's greatest natural wonders, the deep blue jewel amid the Sierras, Lake Tahoe provides a breathtaking all-American setting on this 4th of July. And along its south shores is the Edgewood Tahoe Golf Course, celebrating its 10th year as the site of the crown jewel of celebrity golf. And after 2 straight days of extremely high winds, this star-studded field of sports and entertainment celebrities finally gets a break today for the final round. The winds are still there, but they have died down considerably, and it's a gorgeous 4th of July Sunday to decide this year's champion. And the 4-time champion of this prestigious event, former Major League pitcher Rick Rhoden, has gotten his 4th of July round. Started off with a bang, birding 4 of the first 5 holes. He has just bogeyed the 8th hole, so the lead over Pierre LaRouche is now just 5 shots. He began the day with a 1-shot lead over the former NHL star in this final of 3 rounds. Trent Dilfer of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at +9. The first 2 days just under brutal conditions. John Elway, who really was in the hunt after the first round, has faded a bit, but still playing some pretty good golf at +11. Let's go over to the 16th green, where probably one of the more entertaining threesomes of the day is, and Mark Rolfing is out there with Ahmad Rashad, Charles Barkley, and the great one, Wayne Gretzky.
And this is Rashad for
in order
par.
to beat you, I got 4 times before I had to get it in, right? Yep.
And as you can hear, our colleague Ahmad Rashad is Mike. This ought to be
About
fun.
1 time.
He and Charles Barkley have a little match going today out here, Dan.
A little one?
A little
I'm
one.
gonna mark that, Wayne.
And I got to tell you, I have no idea how Wayne Gretzky is able to play golf with these two today. It has been something else.
Well, Gretzky does have a birdie attempt, doesn't he, Mark?
It was a gorgeous 3rd shot, a sand wedge from about 60 yards that never left the ground. It rolled like a putt and hit the flag dead square.
Yeah, nice putt. Very
Great
nice
one.
putt. No, you can't teach it. And
With a
Charles
great
can't
4
learn.
at 16.
Well, I'll tell you, nobody's had more fun this week, Dan, than Wayne Gretzky. He has
Charles,
been fabulous.
do your spike work in the clubhouse.
He made it very clear early on that he wasn't here for the golf. He was here to have fun, that golf wasn't his passion, and that he dedicated his life to hockey, and he is having a ball.
Can't teach that.
Pretty good 6 for Rashad.
So this frolicking threesome moves over to the par 3 17th. Of course, join
Why
them
do you
there.
take clubs over here?
This is the first championship that Ahmad Rashad and Wayne Gretzky have participated in, but we have seen, of course, Charles Barkley on Lake Tahoe before. Now we go over to the Marcus Allen group. Marcus Allen playing with Jerry Rice. And actor John Ashton also playing with this group. This is the 18th hole, and the he's still playing, 49er star Jerry Rice getting ready to play his shot at this par 5.
Please don't say former. Tee shot to the right, trying to find an alleyway through the trees to lay the ball down the fairway, and that will catch the right rough still. That shouldn't be too bad.
Good look from behind the green. You can see the wind coming off Lake Tahoe, but not quite as strong as it was yesterday. Now Marcus Allen.
Just a pitch out, and that will get through the fairway.
And happy 4th of July weekend, everybody. Dan Hicks along with Roger Maltby. As you can see, we're going to have a lot of fun out there today. We got 3 hours of live golf coverage. Not only will we see Charles Barkley, Ahmad Rashad, we got the governor of Minnesota, Jesse the Body Ventura. But before we get back to the entertainment side of things, Roger, what about Rick Rhoden? He has provided the early fireworks, and if Jack Nicklaus is the golfer of the century, Rick Rhoden is the celebrity golfer of the 90s. Look at all the finishes, no worse than 4th every time he's played in this championship.
Well, that's remarkable, and it gives you a bit of maybe a skewed view of the celebrity golf tour, in that Rick Rhoden does not win every time out. But at this golf course, he seems to have the recipe for how to play it, and his domination here has just been nothing short of phenomenal.
Well, you've already heard from some of our announcers. Out on the tower will be Gary Koch, out behind 16, and Mark Rolfing will be following that threesome for the moment. Barkley, Rashad, and Gretzky, but he'll be switching over later on in the telecast when the competition gets keener. Jim Gray will be handling interviews for us just off of the 17th. And speaking of that scenic par 3 17th, we turn it over to Gary Koch. Gary?
Well, thank you very much, Dan. And it is a scenic hole indeed, with Lake Tahoe just hugging the right edge of the green, and hole measuring 179 yards today, playing considerably easier than it has the past two. On the tee, Wayne Gretzky.
Looks like a 4-iron, and he hit about an inch behind it and catches the pine tree just short of the green. But Wayne Gretzky actually playing a pretty good round, considering the difficult environment.
What you hit, Wayne? You hit a tree. You hit a tree. Way to club.
Roger Ahmad Rashad, of course, a pretty interesting story. Having played golf only a year, it really plays quite well.
I know it's a penalty
really
for asking what you hit, but it looked like you hit a 4.
Completely hooked on the game. Plays every spare moment he has.
That is an understatement.
Plays a lot of golf with you.
I don't think anybody has played more golf than Ahmad has. Used to give him a lot of shots, not anymore.
And just trickles through into the back fringe.
Thank you.
Well played.
I mean, Ahmad was asking me where the other golf courses are out here in the Tahoe area, because he wanted to play more than you. Because I just can't play 18 holes a day. I got to play 36 or 54.
Feels like he's getting cheated with just one, huh?
Exactly. Now,
Aim
Sir
right there at
Charles.
that boat.
Now, Roger, you got to check out this swing of Barkley's.
You pretend like you did it on purpose.
This golf swing has more pieces than a Tinker Toy set.
You know, I've seen guys that can stop a backswing, but I've never seen a player stop a downswing. But watch this.
Just a slight
Come on,
hitch in
knock
his
it down
flaw.
there.
And for those of you watching at home,
don't try this at home. Oh!
It hurts to watch.
Yeah, whoa. We got it now.
Look out left. That catches the cart path, and last seen headed toward the 18th tee.
Well, when Charles hits him, he doesn't yell 4. He says, incoming.
What can you do with this, Raj?
Well, let's watch this swing. They're really a pretty good setup. Ball a little bit forward in his stance. Pretty strong left-hand grip. Now there he's in pretty good shape, but now as he comes down, he starts to hold the club back. You really can't see it in slow motion, but he stops the ball's progress. Gets through the ball pretty well, but it's that halt in his downswing is what really, really kills Charles Barkley.
Let's join Jim Gray.
All right, thank you, Dan. Here with the great one, Wayne. Great putt over there. You've had a couple birdies today, huh?
Yeah, I've had a couple good holes, but I've had a great day today. It's been a lot of fun with Ahmad and Charles.
Can you concentrate on your golf playing with these two?
Well, it's been fun. You know, they play the game for fun and enjoyment, and that's where I play, and I've had a tremendous day today. I've had some good shots, some bad shots, as you saw that one, but all in all, it's been a great day.
You said you do this for fun. It's not your passion. How relieved are you just that you've gotten that burden off your shoulders and it's set in for a month or a month and a half now of not playing hockey?
Right. I'm going to miss the game because I loved it so much. It's a great sport, and but it was time for me to move on, and now I can spend some time with my wife and my kids and my friends and just enjoy life, and I don't have to wake up in the morning and make a commitment to working out and getting ready for the next season.
Yeah, you're getting fat.
Yeah, I'm going to miss it, but it was the right time.
Wayne, thank you. It's been great having you out here.
Thank you very much.
Back up to you, Dan.
With all the huge legends retiring lately, Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, John Elway. In fact, Gretzky had dinner with John Elway the other night here. They talked about their life after sports stardom. This is John Ashton, the actor for Birdie at this par 5 18th. John, of course, the familiar actor in the Beverly Hills Cop movies and currently appearing in Instinct, the movie. I had a chance to play with him in the Pro-Am. He takes his golf very seriously, Roger, but is a real joy to play the game with. Always plays those villain types of characters and is just so natural doing it.
Well, he's just a terrific fella, and he's thoroughly enjoying the stay up here in Lake Tahoe, and looking forward to playing next week. He's moved out of Los Angeles, now lives in Colorado, and so he'll get to play at home next week.
That'll be the next stop on the Celebrity Players Tour. This is the 6th stop on their tournament schedule, and many of these players in this field are part of that tour. In fact, more than half of them in the field of 76. Now Jerry Rice for birdie. Roger, when we talked to him a few years back, he said he had designs on someday winning this championship. He's a long way away, but he's come a long way.
He certainly has, and it's hard to imagine how much time he puts into this game, considering how hard he works at conditioning and preparing for the football seasons ahead. He still finds time to, with seemingly every waking moment that he's not consumed by football, he's playing golf.
Well, Marcus Allen certainly has been bit by the golf bug as well. This is a par putt for Marcus.
Didn't hit that one back up the slope. Might be a little tired. Ahmad's been singing in the lounge nightly over at Caesar's Tahoe. I mean, Marcus, excuse me. He's been up there at midnight every night. It's like the midnight Marcus Allen show. He stays up there.
We
He's
were at the
getting Barkley
Jeffrey
up there.
Osborne concert the other night, and Jeffrey Osborne went up into the stands, and he's got that part in the song that goes, "Can you woo, woo, woo?" And he went up and did Marcus Allen, and everybody wasn't expecting it, but he belted out an incredible version of Osborne's lyric. Taking a few to get in the hole here at 18, though. Again, this is Marcus's 9th hole, because he did tee off on the 10th. And you know how good his football game is, but this is taking a bit longer than he would have liked. So while we have a moment, we did ask Marcus Allen to describe his golf game in football terms.
I think from the shoulders down, I could be the best golfer in the world. But it's all in the head. When I play football, the mental aspect of it was my strongest. Now, I mean, you know, it plays tricks on you here, man. The shadow bothers me, you know. All of a sudden, I see my shadow moving, and I take my focus off the ball, and it's, you know, oh my God, I haven't completed my backswing. Things like that, it just go through your head. It's just, you know, you're always thinking instead of just being an athlete, right?
Well, hard to imagine Marcus Allen scared of his own shadow, Roger, but
kind of interesting. In football, he was a short yardage specialist. I guess it hasn't carried over to golf.
That's right. Well, John is off the mark. But this group has another 9 holes left to get it back on track as we get back over to 17.
Here it appears that Charles Barkley will be next to play, Mark.
Played a pretty good shot, Gary. Rolled it through the bunker from over there by the 18th hole to get it to here. It's for a par now. And he's sneaking up on it.
I don't know what kept that out. I can't figure out why that didn't go in.
And of course, our own Ahmad Rashad
Wayne's
with the commentary.
Wayne's away. Wayne's away.
Gretzky now for par. Hit a real good shot, Gary, from just short of the green here.
It looks good for a while. How about good, good, good? Can we do that?
Gretzky placing his ball there in front of Sir Charles, perhaps for a little goaltending.
Get out of the way, please.
Mark, I don't think etiquette, proper etiquette, has anything to do with this group, does it?
Go ahead.
No, I don't think the rules do either, actually.
But they do seem to be having fun. And safely in for Ahmad Rashad. We'll move over to the front 9 at number 9.
Where we check in with the leader, Rick Rhoden. The lead is 7 at the moment. This for par at this par 4. And a front 9 33 for Rick Rhoden, who is shooting for his 5th Celebrity Golf Championship along the shores of Lake Tahoe. 3rd and final round of the American Century Celebrity Golf Championship. Rick Rhoden in command over Pierre LaRouche.
Hello, my name is Bill Lyons and I'm president of American Century Investments. As our celebrity players take the course today for what promises to be an entertaining and competitive event here at Lake Tahoe, we'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you at home from all of us at American Century. On this weekend when we honor what makes our country truly unique, we're proud to join in the celebration by bringing you one of the most original events in sports today, the American Century Celebrity Golf Championship. We hope you enjoy the tournament and that you have a fun, safe holiday weekend.
Very nice.
Is there a doctor on board? Is there a doctor on board?
I'm a doctor. Lateral streaking, severe dusting. Do you have any allergies?
No.
You're not using cheap toner in your printer, are you?
Yeah, why?
Cheap toner can lead to streaky printouts. When your presentations look bad, you look bad. Get some rest. Lay off the cheap toner.
How you look depends on how you look on paper. HP laser jet toner.
So, doctor, is he going to make it?
No.
With an 83-year truck heritage behind us, we decided to try something a little different.
Hey! You left your wallet on the trunk!
Introducing the 215 horsepower Rally Sport-inspired Isuzu V-Cross. Theoretically, still a truck.
The American Century Celebrity Golf Championship is brought to you by American Century Investments, by Beck's, the official beer of the American Century Celebrity Golf Championship, by TaylorMade, find your game with the new Firesole metal woods and irons, and by FootJoy, the #1 shoe in golf.
Welcome back along the shores of Lake Tahoe. And while we were away, Chris Chandler, this was a birdie attempt for the Falcons quarterback at the par 3 12th.
Lengthy putt that was moving to his left all the way, and boom, finds the back of the hole. Always fun when they go down. We'll move over to the par 3 17th. Emmett Smith losing his balance in the background, but that's Rick Pitino on the tee, the head coach of the Boston Celtics. Hey, playing a nice shot up there. Now we'll go ahead to 18.
Johnny Mosley, who made his debut in this championship last year, the Olympic gold medalist in moguls, and always one of the more popular figures in the crowd. We showed him yesterday chipping in off the 15th green, Roger, and going head over heels. You just never know what Johnny's going to pull off. Just before Johnny and playing with Johnny Mosley, how about this duo? Jesse the Body Ventura, the governor of Minnesota, playing in his first Celebrity Golf Championship. The headlines in the USA Today the day after Ventura won the governor's race in Minnesota read, Ventura puts a headlock on the governor's race. And the former WWF wrestler has wrestled a bit with his golf game this weekend, Roger. He's put up some big numbers, but he and Johnny have had a good time. And we'll be back in just a moment. Final round of the American Century Celebrity Golf Championship, where Rick Rhoden is in command by 8.
The Tax Time Blues. Four- and five-star Morningstar rated tax-free bond funds from American Century. Just call. Thank you.
1-888-ACI-FUNDS.
Good evening, ladies and germs. I just flew in from Berlin and Boy, are my arms tired.
Germans don't do comedy.
Thank you. I'll be here all the week.
They do beer. Becks. The best of what Germans do best.
And hey now, what am I been on a fine little old pony like? I've been out 10,000 what about Mr. in the blue shirt. I'm going to 56 moments. Hey!
Avoid internet distractions. DowJones.com delivers only business information with an extraordinary all-business search engine, customized content for leading industries, and more. DowJones.com. It's all business.
Heavy volume.
Wicked heavy. We are right on the border of California and Nevada, in State Line, Nevada. One of the most gorgeous spots on earth, Lake Tahoe. And back down to the Edgewood Tahoe Golf Course. We check in again with the threesome of Gretzky, Barkley, and Rashad. And Wayne Gretzky getting a ruling here, Mark?
Now where are we going?
Charles Barkley's yelling over it, calling him Dorf.
Coming over!
They've decided that they're playing this hole for the championship of the world. Ahmad Rashad has decided he'd like to be Seve Ballesteros. Charles Barkley is Phil Mickelson, and they're all tied coming to this hole right now.
I wonder how Seve Ballesteros and Phil Mickelson feel about that.
No real reason to ask him.
This shot decides who he is. Dorf. He's Dorf. Stay up
Well, we've seen it all when the great one turns into Dorf.
Oh, we're not sure where this ball is. I think the ball is actually in the tree here still.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
Over to 16, Gary.
And the second shot of defending champion Mario Lemieux on the way at this par 5. 540 yards back into the wind, and that looks a little bit more like what he did last year. Great shot. Move over to number 10.
This is the par 4 10th. Rick Rhoden, the second shot.
Get down.
Again, a front 933.
415-yard par 4. You can see a lake guarding the front left portion of the green. That's where the hole's located. So with that big lead, playing conservatively, long and right.
Well, let's get back over to 18. We're in need of a report, Mark.
Wayne Gretzky's ball looks like an egg sitting up in this tree, and I think Charles Barkley's the only one who can get it.
Oh, slam dunk.
Well, now what Wayne Gretzky's going to be faced with is taking an unplayable lie immediately, a spot immediately under where the ball was at rest in the tree on the ground. From there, he can take 2 club lengths, no nearer the hole in any direction, or keep that point between himself and the hole, go back as far as he wants in that line. So he's got some options. But let's see what he does.
Roger, thanks for restoring some reverence to this chaos. There is somebody that knows about the rules of golf here.
We're playing for the championship here. We're all tied up. Right? I'm Seve. You're Phil Mickelson. Who are you?
I'm in trouble.
No, you gotta pick somebody. You gotta pick somebody. We're marching down 18.
I haven't found anybody this bad.
Okay, he said you were Dorf.
I'll be Sammy Snead.
Okay, Sam Snead right there. All right. Is he dead?
All right, so the final 3 ball is set. Snead, Mickelson, and Ballesteros.
Oh.
No, Charles, Sam Snead is still alive.
Yes.
He's 87, but I still think he can beat Charles.
By a lot.
Out here where he might be able to go for the green in 2, which gives Gretzky a real chance. Gretzky's away now. He's going to be playing his 3rd shot.
I just got to get back in the game. That water, you gonna go for it.
Actually, he's playing his 4th. He took an unplayable lie. He's just going to lay it back out into the fairway.
That's what he's going to try to do, Mark.
That's what he tried to do in his 2nd.
That's right. Well, no, that's headed for the driving range or a bunker over there.
Look out, Charles.
Oh, we'll take a deep breath and go back over to 17.
Where there's a little bit more calm. We have Rick Pitino putting for a birdie after that great tee shot. Up the hill, moving a little left. And Just a little more needed there, but a nice par for Patino as he'll tap that in. And we'll move ahead to 18.
Ahmad Rashad second. Mark, yardage?
Well, he's got 245. And he's decided with Barkley
Great
in the middle
shot.
of the fairway, Barkley's in
Greg,
trouble,
see me
so
curve
he's
it?
laying up.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There's no way I'm tied with Charles. Nice.
Barkley's turn.
Well, he's only got 225, Dan, so theoretically a chance to reach this green, although I would say it's highly unlikely.
Oh, he's Phil. Excuse me, Phil.
And like Mickelson, one of the best in the sport, never to win a major championship.
This one's in your tower, Dan. Look out.
Way to go, Phil!
I think we're all right,
Hey,
Rolf.
Phil gonna be mad you picked him.
Over to 16, Gary.
With an eagle putt, Mario Lemieux. Coming up the hill, moving a little to his right. Lemieux never really got untracked this week in his defense of his championship. And a disappointing week for him after the great finish last year where he birdied the last 3 holes. But Dan, I think his mind has been on some other things, trying to take over the ownership of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It has, Gary, and we're going to have a chance to talk with Mario, we hope, if he'll come up to our tower and chat with us about the money he put together and the team he had saved in his Pittsburgh, city of Pittsburgh. Interesting story. What a financial deal he put together. And you mentioned it, Gary, the great comeback last year, birding the last 3 holes, birding 4 of the last 5 holes. Coming back from a 5-shot deficit in the last 6 holes to win the Celebrity Golf Championship in dramatic fashion. Mario Lemieux. Of course, now retired from the game of hockey, but now an owner of his team, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and hopefully we'll have a chance to chat with Mario about that a little bit later on in the telecast. Now back over to the 10th. Rick Rhoden just trying to keep on lengthening his lead. This is a birdie attempt for Rhoden, who again got off to a great start in this 3rd round, birding 4 of the first 5 holes.
Now this putt now downhill back toward the lake fronting the left side. Sure, he's just trying to cozy it up there. Yeah, good lag. It's just one of the holes that you could make a bad score on, and he's played it very conservatively, and he's getting the score he was trying to make here, 4.
A par for Rick Rhoden, remains at 2 under. The lead is 8 over Billy Joe Tolliver, who won this championship back in 1996, and Pierre LaRouche also at +6 with Mark Rippon. Back in a moment.
The Gravity Games, this fall on NBC.
Ever wish there was just one more seat in first class? That's why TWA created Transworld First, our expanded and enhanced first class. We added your seat and hundreds more, 60% more seats up front for today's aviators. All from the airline, adding 1 new plane every 10 days this year. More new planes, more seats up front, including your seat. On Transworld First, only from TWA.
Left to right, 6 inches. Could be a good time for small cap funds. So you think the next shot is a 5 or a 6 iron? We hope you're enjoying the American Century Celebrity Golf Championship.
Join me in Providence at the Gravity Games on NBC.
Well, it's good to see more boats out in the beautiful waters of Lake Tahoe today. The winds have died down considerably. There were lake wind advisories yesterday. Still pretty chilly out here along the shores, but let's check in again with that Threesome at 18 as the great one gets ready for his 5th from the bunker, Mark.
And a pretty dangerous shot it is, coming right over the water. From about 135 yards. He's hit it pretty good toward the right side of the green.
Where you go?
And a little
Where
long.
you just hit here? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna hit this thing stiff right to the pin.
Go right ahead and do it. So Ahmad clearly in control here. He only lies 2. Looking right down the throat of the green from about 95 yards.
You sure he's in control?
Safely on the green. Well short of the hole, but that puts a lot of pressure on Charles Barkley.
Oh, I thought we were imagining we were other people.
Well, we'll get back to that threesome in just a moment, but joining us in our tower is the Honorable Governor of Minnesota, Jesse Ventura, who has just informed us that you and Johnny Mosley are actually the leaders in the clubhouse.
Yes, we are. Probably for a matter of about 2 minutes.
Any idea what the score would be? You don't have to share it with us, but you had a great time.
We had so much fun. You know, I played with Charles Barkley 2 days in a row. What a character Sir Charles is. He and I are a lot alike. You know, we're considering right now I'll run for president, him for vice president. We'll knock these Democrats and Republicans right out of there.
What a ticket that would be.
Start your own deal, huh?
There you go, Ventura and Barkley. But no, I'm so happy to be able to come out here and play. And people don't realize this is the first big-time tournament I've ever played in like this, and it's a whole lot different when instead of playing with your friends, where when it gets a foot and a half away, gimme, pick it up and all that. Out here, you got to do it. And when that wind blows, it's tough putting out there.
You bet the last couple of days it has been. Oh. But I've read where you really are have a great affection for the game. I read where you bought the knickers and socks worn by Payne Stewart when he won the '91 Open in Hazeltine in Minnesota.
That's right. He won in '91, and I bought the shirt, the knickers, and the socks. The hat he threw to the crowd, but they're hanging in my closet. And my claim to fame is, though, I beat Mark O'Meara a couple years ago on the 18th hole at Delwood straight up.
Oh, Mark, I'm sorry.
Mark told me I could brag about that for the rest of my life.
And you will.
And I do.
Well, it's been a whirlwind for you, Jesse. I mean, since winning the governorship of Minnesota, I imagine you haven't had a lot of time for your golf game. I mean, you probably haven't had a chance to hit very many balls at all.
I'll tell you, I played none last year because it was campaigning. I didn't get out at all, and I've been out about 4 times this year. I used to play a lot, but my score showed it. But I'm hoping they'll invite me back next year because I'm going to work on the game, and I'm going to come back here and redeem myself and do a little bit better, I hope.
Well, thanks for coming out.
Thank
You've got a
you.
great
My
attitude.
Pleasure. Oh.
You're invited back.
Very good. I'll be back.
We'll see you. Thanks for coming. All right, take care. All right, Jesse Ventura.
Thank you, Governor.
In the clubhouse with a lead for the moment as we check in at 17.
Where Raleigh Fingers, Hall of Fame pitcher, has this putt from the back fringe for a birdie down the hill. Oh, very nice. Fingers, of course, the first true closer in the game and recorded over 300 saves.
And Gary had some heavy-duty wax to keep that mustache intact during the first 2 days of this championship.
It never moved in those 50-mile-an-hour winds. Never moved.
Thanks again, guys.
And while we were conversing with the governor of Minnesota, this was the 4th shot of Charles Barkley at the 18th.
Not an easy bunker shot now, coming back. Downhill, down the slope, downwind. Whoa!
Into the jaws of Lake Lambeer. Live now, Wayne Gretzky. Mark.
Okay. Nice shot, Wayne.
Look at this.
There's a nice play.
17.
And the tee shot for Mario Lemieux at this 179-yard par 3. Beautiful golf swing, great rhythm, and a very nice result.
I mentioned earlier, Gary, that I thought the tempo and the look of Mario's swing reminds me of Ernie Els. Would you agree with that? Or?
I would indeed, and I know in talking to Mario, he said, you know, I just try to look elegant out there on the golf course, try to swing within myself, and I think for the most part he certainly does that.
Just as he did on the ice.
Here's another class act, Dan Marino.
The quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, and I think perhaps now the sentimental favorite to maybe capture a Super Bowl before he ends his career. Short backswing, a lot of leg motion, and headed well left. We've seen a lot of balls to the left at 17 throughout this event. Wind coming off the lake. Players trying to avoid perhaps one of the larger water hazards they'll ever see. Measures. And Brett Hull
Swing it.
next to play.
Yeah. Shot.
Another good golf swing, Gary.
Amazing, those hockey guys have a tendency to swing the club pretty well, Roger.
They really do. There's no extra movement in that swing. Compact, very solid.
Let's join Jim Gray once again.
All right, thank you very much, Dan. With Dan Marino. Dan, Dolphins have been close in the past. Do you feel as though in this offseason they've made the necessary moves to get you to a Super Bowl?
I believe that we're a team that's on the rise, and you know, last year we had a few close games on the road we could have won. We'd have had a little better record going into the playoffs. I think we've been getting better the last couple of years, and we've made some good additions, and we got a real good young defense too, and that's, you know, that's always going to help you.
You just signed a contract extension. Are you planning on sticking around for a couple of years now?
Well, it was more of a salary cap move, and to help us get some more money to sign some other players. And I feel pretty good about playing right now, and I'm going to play as long as I can. As long as we have a chance to win and I'm healthy, I'm going to play.
Dan, good luck to you. You're the
Thanks.
sentimental favorite across
Thanks,
America.
buddy.
All right,
Appreciate it, man.
back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Jim. And now the proceedings about to come to a halt at 18.
Are they really, Dan? I
Bring
sure
us
hope
up.
so.
Bring us up to date here, Mark.
Well,
if you can count it all.
Oh, man, come on, we understand that.
Rashad E.G. Sevi Ballesteros with a putt for a par here that would win the championship.
Of the world.
Of the world.
Let's watch and listen.
Oh. How about that 5?
You know what? And I'm going to have to hear about that all summer long.
You know, the great thing about this group is that they were talking out in the fairway about when they teed off, they thought since they were going off so early, they didn't have to worry about being on television.
Little did they know, Mark, they anchor the early portion of our coverage.
It's been special.
It has. Now Barkley
for a double. He was so proud of himself that he got his third shot over the lake, and then he put his fourth shot, the bunker shot, in it.
You got to do it this way. Thank you, my brother.
Gretzky now for
what's this for, Wayne?
something more than a 6, I think.
Doing a little mental count. Remember, Barkley retrieved his ball from the tree on this hole.
In the hole.
And if Wayne Gretzky can survive this day in the golf course, he'll be able to survive anything the game of golf deals him down the road. Fun threesome to watch.
That was fun. That's right.
Now let's go to the par 4 15th. Third shot for Steve Spurrier, head coach of the Florida Gators. +7 on his round today. Avid golfer, very serious about the game, and rattles the stick. So he'll have that for his par. As this star-studded field of 76 continues to enjoy a 4th of July weekend in beautiful Lake Tahoe, Rick Rhoden doesn't seem to be too far away from enjoying his 5th Celebrity Golf Championship in Tahoe. Final round of the American Century Celebrity Golf Championship. We'll be right back.
Is there a doctor on board? Is there a doctor on board?
I'm a doctor. Lateral streaking, severe dusting. Do you have any allergies?
No.
You're not using cheap toner in your printer, are you?
Yeah, why?
Cheap toner can lead to streaky printouts. When your presentations look bad, you look bad. Get some rest. Lay off the cheap toner.
How you look depends on how you look on paper. HP Laser Jet Toner.
So, doctor, is he going to make it?
No.
You can't see anything in a car. You can't see past the guardrails in a car. That's why we don't make tiny little cars.
Look, Mommy, a tugboat. Really? In the water? Yeah.
In fact, we don't make cars, period.
Mommy, birds. Wow.
We prefer the view from the look outside and see the world as Suzu Trooper.
Look, Baba, Space Zone.
Because you never know what you might miss in a car.
Olympic champion Jeannie Longo Ciprelli leads the field in the toughest event in women's cycling, the 1999 HP LaserJet Women's Challenge, next Sunday on NBC.
Happy 4th of July, everybody, from the shores of Lake Tahoe, and the viewers watching now, stay tuned because later on in this telecast, we have a special Beck's Putt and Win contest we're going to show you. Joe Capper from the Bronx, New York, attempted a putt yesterday from 35 feet on the 18th green here at Edgewood Tahoe Golf Course for 2 million Deutschmarks, or that is $1.2 million in American bucks. The first 1,000 callers, by the way, will be eligible for a drawing for an expense-paid trip for two to Germany to Beck's Brewery. But later on in this telecast, we're going to show you that attempt by Joe Capper for over $1 million. Let's go to the 12th tee, the par 3, Gary.
Where we find Dan Quinn, the former Pittsburgh Penguins center. And another very good player, Roger.
He certainly has a really solid golf swing. Another hockey player with a very effective motion.
Hole today measuring 169 yards with a back center hole location. And a lot of the players coming up short today, thinking the wind is helping a little more than it is. Next play will be recently retired quarterback of the Denver Broncos, John Elway, who opened with a very fine 71 on Friday, but struggled in the wind yesterday.
Well, let the game get to him a little bit yesterday. Let the wind get to him. Looked like he got a little flustered on the golf course, started playing very fast, and they really kind of wasted some strokes, it looked like.
Starting this ball left, trying to get it to move to the right with the wind, and does it just a little bit. Move up to par 3 17th, and the birdie putt for Mario Lemieux. Down the hill, pretty straight putt. Well, just has not been his week. Mentioned he got off to the poor start on Friday, shot 80. We go back to the 12th tee, and another former Stanford quarterback, John Elway, of course, having gone to Stanford, as has John Brody. Brody at even par for the day, so playing some good solid golf. Roger, you worked with him on the practice tee a little bit early in the week.
And he was hitting the ball very, very solidly. That one he didn't get all of, but John's been playing very cool. Of course, he's won a tournament on the senior tour. John's a very accomplished player.
We see some of his records from the 16 seasons in the NFL. MVP in 70, two-time Pro Bowl selection, over 30,000 yards in passing. And we'll move up to the 18th.
There we pick up Olympic gold medalist in men's figure skating, Scott Hamilton. He's had a lot of fun this week and weekend. This is for birdie at 18. And the gold medalist rattles it home. Finally relieved to be done with his round, but he, like the rest of the stars here, had a memorable July 4th weekend on the shores of Lake Tahoe. Back in a moment.
Like the Amanita villosa, the Amanita virosa is a white mushroom that grows in Nova Scotia. However, unlike the villosa, it's poisonous if ingested. The same mistake can happen investing internationally if you base decisions strictly on geographic region or industry. That's why American Century's international team makes its investments company by company based on earnings growth, which earned these funds impressive ratings. We think it's just a smarter and healthier way to invest.
Call 1-888-ACI-FUNDS.
I hit the ball just as far today as 20 years ago. Equipment is better for one thing. Titanium instead of steel. Advil instead of Tylenol. Nothing takes yardage off my drive like sore muscles. 2 Advil before teeing off, and I'm good.
Stronger than the pain that comes your way. It's Advil that works fast to relieve aches and pains.
That was the equipment, right, Dad?
That was me. For all kinds of pain, it's Advil. Advanced medicine for pain.
It will speak to you. It will whisper. It will serenade you. It will murmur sweet nothings. When Lake Tahoe calls, call back. 72 miles of breathtaking shoreline, boating, fishing, horseback riding, rustic cabins to 4-star resorts, and a casino nightlife that rivals Las Vegas. All just a quick scenic drive away. Need another reason to visit?
The Mystics, The Shock. High-scoring rookie Shamiqua Holdslaw leads Washington versus Corey Halede and Detroit. The WNBA on NBC next Saturday at 1 Eastern.
Welcome back with the par 3 12th. Second shot for John Brody from the bunker, and I've got to assume that must have been a bad lie, perhaps buried. And I'm assuming it's also out of the bunker and on the grass.
Otherwise, he's assuming penalties with each and every swipe of the sand.
You've got to think that John Brody knows. Yeah, there it is. It's up in the grass. Certainly he knows the rules. So a little disappointing there at the par 3 12th for Mr. Brody. As we mentioned, playing quite well in this final round, even par for the day.
Well, I've known John for over 30 years. And I remember playing with him when I was very young, and I was beating him with a golf ball that was basically yellow. I'd had it for a long time. He said, "I don't like getting beat by a little kid with a yellow golf ball. Come over here with me." So he took me to his car and he gave me a box full of golf balls that he had played, a hole or two, you know. I mean, he was like a touring pro. He didn't play a golf ball very long. He changed one about every 3 holes, and boy, I played with those all summer.
Did you keep beating him?
Yeah.
Just checking.
Okay.
And while they wait, we'll move over to the par 5 16th, where Maury Povich, of course, television host of his own show, prepares to play his third shot, and another very solid player. Owns club championships at a couple of different courses that he's a member of. Trying to bring it in a little left to right with the wind. And a favorable bounce, and he'll have a long putt, but for a birdie. Go back over to the 12th. Second now for Dan Quinn. Chip coming up the hill, should move a little left, and displaying some nice touch, as you would expect from a guy who's used to using his hands and a stick in his former game. Beautiful hole, this 12th. Probably the most difficult of the par 3s, even though Lake Tahoe borders the 17th. Tee shot slightly uphill here at 12, and a very wide green, but not a lot of depth to it. And now John Elway with his second.
Just a quick little chip downhill.
He's just bumping into the fringe and hopefully kill a little of the speed, but that is an area of the game that he says he needs the most work on. Short game around the greens. And I'm sure now that he's retired and will be playing a lot more golf, that aspect of his game will get nothing but better.
Well, earlier in the week, he was very solid, certainly with the putter around the hole, but that's changed the last 2 days.
Well, here's Joe Theismann, former Washington Redskins quarterback. This an eagle attempt.
8 handicap, Joe Theismann. Loves to play, best round ever, a 74.
And Joe taps in for birdie, and a final round of 78. So a pair of 78s featured in 2 of his 3 rounds. 83 yesterday for Joe in those brutal conditions. Back over to 12.
Elway's putt for a par. Back up the hill, not a lot of break. And just not quite enough speed, so Elway will suffer a bogey at the 12th. He'll move to plus 11. And Roger continues to refuse to bend over and pick that ball out of the hole. So it's Rick Rhoden at 2 under par, the only man under par in this American Century Celebrity Golf Championship, and perhaps on his way to a 5th title. We'll be right back.
CNBC announces an expanded business center. Now 1 full hour with Ron Insana and Sue Herrera. Watched around the world by CEOs, CFOs, and anyone serious about making money. CNBC's expanded business center. The final word from Wall Street.
I know a little girl who was in a car accident when she was just 5 months old. She was thrown through the windshield of the car because a defective car infant seat failed to keep her safe. The injuries were bad, the medical bills very high. Hannah's parents came to me for help. We held that car seat maker accountable. Now, Hannah's family has peace of mind. I'm Dick Johnson. I'm a lawyer. I help people.
The law team of DeLory Johnson. 2 locations, Yakima and Sunnyside.
Important message from Johnson's Auto Glass. It's unlawful for any auto repair facility to waive, rebate, or pay any part of a claimant's casualty or property insurance deductible.
I said yes over the phone to an out-of-town auto glass company. They told me they would fix my broken windshield at my office and they would waive my $100 deductible. The job was never done right. My windshield leaked like a sieve and they would not come back to fix it. It took over a month of my time to solve the problem. Never again.
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Look to Johnson's Auto Glass. Always done right.
Are you tired of carrying a heavy golf bag? Well, at Pro Golf Discount, all of our pull carts are on sale. We have the high-quality Bag Boy Ultra, scorecard holder, water bottle, and a 3-year warranty on sale at $69.99. Or we have the Rawlings Easy Roller. This little guy has a scorecard holder and has a 2-year warranty on sale at $29.99. Remember, Pro Golf Discount carries the largest selection, the lowest prices, and the best service in Central Washington.
Happy 4th of July from 23 NBC.
Well, Mark Twain once said about the 99.7 clarity of the water here at Lake Tahoe. He said you can count the scales on a cutthroat trout 80 feet above the water. Over to 12.
Where our leader, Rick Roden, is on the tee. Mark Rolfing is caught up with this group.
Get up.
Well, not much needed there. Excellent shot. Well, any golfer who records a hole-in-one at the par 3 12th will receive a $50,000 American Century Ultra Mutual Fund. Mark Rippon with the next man with a chance.
He is the last man with the chance here. Pretty good looking shot.
Oh, it spins back onto the putting surface. Nicely done. Rippon, of course, was the first round leader with a 2-under par 70, but struggled mightily in the wind yesterday, which gusted up to 50 miles an hour. Shot a 7 over par 79. We move ahead to the par 5 16th birdie putt for Maury Povich. Just 4 over par in his final round.
Look at this.
Oh, good stroke. He is not bashful, saying his short game and putting the best aspects of his game.
Had a few of those.
We'll go to the 15th.
Chris Chandler getting ready to play his second.
Chris in the left rough off the tee. Only 342 yards this par 4, shortest on the course. Most of the players use an iron off the tee, just trying to get the ball in position. Well, he's missed the fairway here, but I would suspect doesn't have too many problems. I think there won't be any tree problems for him. That's now just a wedge second.
Turn just a little tiny bit, no.
A little long and right for Chandler. Chris Chandler and John Elway were paired together in Friday's first round. Of course, the Super Bowl combatants in the most recent version, and we asked them if they talked about that Super Bowl duel during their duel on Friday.
Well, I mean, there's really not much that he can say or I can say other than, you know, they played a good game. He played a great game. They won the game, and I was just more, you know, curious about how he's, you know, doing with the retirement.
We played together the first day, and it never got brought up. So, you know, I know that Chris has got a good football team, and he's looking forward to trying to get back there and win it this year. And because that's the toughest game to lose, having lost 3, I know that. But you know, Chris is going to have a lot of success, and so are the Falcons. So hopefully they get one.
Well, if Chandler has another season like he had last year, the Falcons could be right back in the big one. Threw for a career-high 3,154 yards, 25 touchdowns. Earned spots in the Pro Bowl the last 2 seasons. As we get back over to the scenic 18th, Brett Hull has an eagle attempt. There were no boats in that water yesterday. As you can see, the American Century boat safely anchored today. There was a wind gust recorded, Roger, yesterday of 62 miles an hour.
I can believe that.
It was unbelievable.
There were times it looked like the waves from the lake were coming up by the green.
That was an attempt by Mario Lemieux, a birdie one. And now Brett Hull will have his eagle attempt.
Not a big man, but a long hitter of the golf ball. He can nail it. And this one will move a little bit to his right. Never got it up high enough or firm enough.
Well, it'll be a birdie for Brett Hull to end his round, and an impressive one, 75 on this Sunday. Of course, Brett Hull's crowning moment may have been in Game 6 of the 1999 Stanley Cup Finals when he beat Dominik Hasek with a controversial goal in the third overtime period to help the Dallas Stars beat the Buffalo Sabres 4-2. But Brett Hull, a big part of that Stanley Cup championship team. And that was a birdie attempt off the mark by Dan Marino. So you've got 2 Hockey Hall of Famers for sure here in the future, and a future Football Hall of Famer in Dan Marino. Finishing up the rounds as we check back in at the 12th green.
Leader Rick Rhoden with a very makeable putt for birdie 2 and a chance to increase the lead to 9 shots.
This ball's going to turn to his left, Gary. He needs to start about a cup outside the right edge. Things considerably more sane out here in this final threesome than they were the threesome I started with. And a little bit of work left for Rhoden. With all the wind, the greens have actually firmed up and gotten a little bit quicker.
Well, I've got to think that the more difficult the conditions, Mark, the more it plays into Rick Rhoden's hands. He seems to be the player out here in this Celebrity Championship that understands how to score and how to make a score more so than most of the other guys.
Really is the class of the field. Being out there with him yesterday, Gary, his pace never changed. As Roger indicated before, I thought John Elway got a little too quick, lost control of what he was doing a little bit, and Rhoden just sort of plowed his way through it and played a great round.
Yeah, that really is his biggest strength, I think. You know, when you watch him hit golf shots, there are other guys on the Celebrity Tour that can hit golf shots every bit as good as Rick Rhoden. But when it comes down to managing himself and managing how he handles himself in the golf course, clearly the best of the field.
And he seems to do that pretty well.
Flat stick's okay, too.
Yes, it is, especially on those short putts for birdies and pars. Then we'll move up to the 17th, par 3, and the tee shot for Yvonne Lendl. And we'll just trickle through the back edge of the putting surface. We'll go back to the 13th.
Second shot for John Elway.
Dogleg right, par 4, 414 yards. Just back uphill, blind shot to the players from well down below the green side. And that's okay.
Elway just on the collar, well behind the pace being set by Rick Rhoden, the former Major League Baseball star, in command of this 10th Celebrity Golf Championship from the shores of Lake Tahoe, sponsored by American Century.
We don't build commuter cars or get you to work fast pinstriped cars. We don't build cars, period. We build the 205 horsepower, get out of town fast Isuzu Rodeo. Because there's more to life than the daily commute.
Well, Mr. 3-time world long drive champ, this is it's a pretty good layup. But if we're going to get all the way to Hawaii, we're going to need something extra this time.
Should I swing harder?
Not if you're planning on having a family, my friend. Try this instead. The Pinnacle Titanium Extreme.
Titanium. Like the plate in my head?
Me likey.
Is there a doctor on board? Is there a doctor on board?
I'm a doctor. Lateral streaking, severe dusting. Do you have any allergies?
No.
You're not using cheap toner in your printer, are you?
Yeah, why?
Cheap toner can lead to streaky printouts. When your presentations look bad, you look bad. Get some rest. Lay off the cheap toner.
How you look depends on how you look on paper. HP laser jet toner.
So, doctor, is he going to make it?
No.
In traffic, bumper to bumper. Average speed, 6.5 miles an hour. Miami traffic, bumper to bumper. Average speed, 142. Real American heroes come to NBC. The NASCAR Pennzoil 400 coming in November.
Still some pretty choppy waters out there on the Lake Tahoe water, and a special thanks to Caesars Tahoe. There's the boat, the host of this year's American Century Celebrity Golf Championship. Caesars has been the home, as we mentioned earlier, to celebrity golfers throughout the 10-year history of this event. Great venue. Back over to 13. John Elway just on the collar, surveying this birdie attempt.
This putt back uphill, putting away from the lake. Most everything here drains toward Lake Tahoe. So this will be on the slow putt, on the slow side, move to his right. And a piece of the cup.
Well, earlier in the week, we were discussing John Elway perhaps becoming an NFL owner in his own right. More on that in a moment. Over to 17.
And the second shot for Coach Steve Spurrier. Look at this. Whoa, bouncing it off the edge of the bunker. That was just a moment ago. What a shot. Spurrier, a grinder. If there ever was one, Roger, this guy is as competitive on the golf course as he is on the sidelines.
Yeah, there's no question about that. And of course, I think he might have picked up some of that from John Brody, playing back up to him in San Francisco all these years. They played a lot of golf, and John is very competitive. So
that was a pretty good rivalry, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. A lot of quarterback controversy there.
Just noticing here, looks like Steve's got a tennis shoe on his right foot and a golf shoe on his left. So perhaps all the walking this week, we've got some sore foots. And now Ivan Lendl for his par. Of course, Lendl, a winner of 8 Grand Slam tennis championships.
But never at Wimbledon, Gary. That's the one that always eluded him.
Yeah, grass not his favorite surface, although I guess it is now, as avid a golfer as he has become.
And if you missed it, the All-American Sunday on Wimbledon, of course, the women's winner was Lindsay Davenport. And Pete Sampras had no problem with Andre Agassi in the gentlemen's final. As you take a look at Lendl's brilliant tennis resume.
And, of course, Sampras's win today, Dan, was his 12th Grand Slam title. Best Wimbledon finish, as we mentioned, a runner-up a couple of times.
Well, Gary, you're out there at the 16th tower. I imagine it's a little more comfortable out there today.
Dan, it's a lot more comfortable out here today.
Low tide.
Yes, we don't feel as though the tower might come down at any moment, so the wind is down considerably.
We had to send up some of our crew there yesterday. You took one look at it, the thing was coming apart almost. You step back down.
Certainly was. We go back to the 13th.
Dan Quinn has this short par putt. To remain at +7. Pretty good round for Dan going today. The champion back in 1992. The third year this event was staged. Mark Rippon won the first one. Rick Rhoden won the second. Dan Quinn won the third. And now Elway trying to clean up his par 4 here. And Elway remains +3 on his round today. +11 for the championship. Back out in the fairway, the final threesome of the day. Rick Rhoden getting ready to play. Mark?
Well, another good tee shot, Dan. I'll tell you, these fairways are not overly wide here. They kind of look like U.S. Open width fairways, and he is just splitting them.
Yeah, has a golf swing, I think, a little reminiscent of Scott Hoch. Stands very close to the ball, swings the club in an upright fashion, and hits the ball very straight. You don't see him hit many double crosses or try to hit a fade and hit a hook or vice versa. I mean, he keeps the ball in play. Rarely makes a disastrous golf swing. And that really is what serves him so well in these events. Another one right at the flag.
Everything's under control. There really is never a moment, even when he makes a couple of bogeys here and there, that you feel like his game is just going to go downhill in a hurry.
And that's what happens to a great many of the other players out here, is that they'll have that bad stretch. They'll have that stretch that they can't come back from. And Rick Rhoden is pretty good at damage control. He doesn't start making the doubles and triples and the things that absolutely get you behind before you know what happened to you, and you just can't recover.
Well, you know, as Mark Rippon gets ready to play here, Roger, when watching Rhoden yesterday, he really kept his temperament well at the end of the round when he missed a couple of short putts. It's one thing that Mark Rippon wasn't really able to do early in the round, and John Elway late in the round. Both Rippon and Pierre LaRouche nearly drove the ball in the hazard here at 13.
Right, hit it up over the trees, don't they?
Yeah, cannot see the flag. And that'll be just short of the green.
Not a bad spot, though, chipping uphill.
Well, Rippon was the first round leader here, and as we mentioned earlier, was the inaugural winner in the Celebrity Golf Championship. Here's some of the video from his title, won back in 1990 in the first Celebrity Golf Championship, of course staged here at Edgewood Tahoe Golf Course. Rippon at the time was a member of the Washington Redskins and was approaching the peak of his NFL career and was playing some pretty solid golf as well. His final 3-round total was +5. Later on, Rippon received an exemption to participate in a PGA Tour event, the Kemper Open. That was staged at the TPC at Avenel, right there in the D.C. area where Rippon played for the Washington Redskins. He did not make the cut in that event, and I think got a real dose of reality of what the real stuff PGA Tour golf is all about. Rick Rhoden, the leader by 8 of the right back. In a moment, stay with us.
Firesol puts a weight where you need it most. To win the first chance you get. To stay on top of the mountain. To live on the leaderboard. To finally enjoy a Sunday. To find your game. Tailor-made Firesol metal woods and irons.
Everyone knows the pros wear the FootJoy Stay Soft glove. Some even know it's made to stay even softer, even longer. Woo! That the leather's processed by Petards of England. But did you ever wonder why the pros take off their glove at every hole? Every time you take it off, you get to put it back on.
De här är perfekta 4 svenska köttbullar.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Hey, give them a break. They work weekends.
You're the Swede! Yeah! You, baby!
Some choices are more difficult than others. Portfolio managers for American Century's Select Fund, pick the companies in this fund by hand, company by company, resulting in solid returns throughout all kinds of markets for 27 years. It's a formula that breeds success. Good boy. Call 1-888-ACI-FUNDS or your investment professional.
Next weekend, join NBC Sports for golf's greatest senior championship. The legendary Arnold Palmer, defending champion Hale Irwin, Chichi Rodriguez, Raymond Floyd, and more. The U.S. Senior Open. Coverage begins next Saturday at 3 Eastern on NBC.
Welcome back. Looking at the par 4 13th from behind the green, and Pierre LaRouche getting ready for his 4th shot. Remember, LaRouche came into this day trailing Rick Rhoden by just a single shot. A correction, this now is 3rd shot.
Played his tee shot wide right, Dan, almost into the hazard, and then hit his 2nd to this point. Ooh, hit the cut.
Yeah, that's a bad break.
That was a real bad break. That ball would have been pretty good.
Still playing some pretty good golf, just +4 in his round today. 72 and a 74 in the first 2 days.
I'm a little surprised not having a better day today. Pierre's a pretty solid ball striker. Keeps the ball down kind of low with the breezes and whatnot. I kind of figured he'd have a good day today, but struggled a bit in the last half of the front 9.
You know, Roger, I think the players are a little bit mentally worn out in talking to them, you know, after 2 days of what they've been through. Even though it's pretty nice today, they're still a little bit tired mentally.
Well, that's the concentration for 4.5 hours. Anytime you made a mistake, it could be potential disaster. And so the players really aren't accustomed to that. They play maybe a dozen tournaments a year, and that helps in some way, but it's not like doing it week in, week out like a professional. It's it's their living, it's their livelihood, it's something they're trained to do. So it's draining to play in tough conditions like that.
Well, Roger, we've heard a couple of players, Rick Rhoden, John Elway, say that yesterday and the day before were the two most difficult rounds of golf they've ever played. This isn't a long golf course, and it is played at a relatively high altitude, but that says something about the wind conditions. And the conditions have been pretty tough over at 17, Gary.
Well, they have indeed, Dan. Dick Anderson on the tee now. Man who has played well here numerous times. 3 runner-up finishes. For all-pro safety for the Miami Dolphins. And he got into politics early in his career. He ran for the Florida State Senate and was elected and served several terms. We go back to 13.
And Pierre LaRouche par putt right in the jaws.
And a big putt for Pierre, tied for second with Billy Joe Tolliver at +6.
A lot of money on the line there for second place, too, Rod.
Sure is. There's plenty to play for.
So it seems like everything going Rick Rhoden's way. Pierre LaRouche's putt was on the same exact line.
Well, Rick Rhoden has, if he is able to hang on and win this championship for the 5th time, would pocket another $100,000. That would put him over the $500,000 mark in career earnings just at this event alone. And this for birdie to further lengthen his lead, get back to 3 under. This for a 9-shot lead.
And we got a good look at Pierre's putt. That's right down the fall line. Really no break.
There it is. The lead is now 9 for Rick Rhoden. And he's through just 13, but with that kind of lead, it does seem a mere formality for title number 5. 1 for the thumb for Rick Rhoden. Well, this is the second shot of Al Del Greco, the par 4 15th. Consistently one of the best golfers among the NFL players. Seems to win the NFL Cadillac event each and every year in New Jersey. In fact, has won it 4 times. That's a beautiful approach to the par 4 15th. And we're joined by Mario Lemieux, the defending champion. And of course, not a lot of drama in this year's championship, but Mario, you gave us some great stuff last year, birdie in the final 3 holes. Didn't quite play as well this year, but you had some other business matters to attend to. You're now an owner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's a intricate financial story of how the deal started, but how can you give it to us in the most general of terms, acquiring the Penguins?
Well, it was a great opportunity for me to get back in the game and get back with the franchise. The team owed me more than $30 million for the last 8 years that I played for them, deferring most of my money to keep a good team in Pittsburgh and to make sure that we had a chance to win the Cup. And the team went bankrupt, and I just decided to put a group together to make sure that the Pittsburgh Penguins stay in Pittsburgh. And I was very fortunate to assemble a good group of investors and keep the Penguins in Pittsburgh.
And it was really an 11th hour type of deal. This deal came through just in the final moments, and had it not gone through, the Pittsburgh Penguins might have become the Portland Penguins.
Yeah. Well, that was my goal when we started this process back in October of last year, to put our own plan together and to make sure that the Pittsburgh Penguins stay in Pittsburgh. The franchise has been a big part of my life for the last 15 years, and the least that I could do is to try to make sure that the team remains in Pittsburgh. And I've had a lot of support for the last 6 months with the fans in Pittsburgh wanting me to get the team and supporting me, and I'm sure that they will support me in the future in buying some season tickets.
Now I know Pierre LaRouche is real happy. He thinks he's going to get better seats.
That's right. Well, he's asking for a super box already. So he's looking forward to it.
Now, what exactly will your duties be? Will you actually run the day-to-day operations of the team? Will you be involved in trades? What exactly will you do?
No, not really. I think my main goal is to bring in the right people to run the business. The hockey side is great. We have the best general manager in the league, I feel, in Craig Patrick. We have a good coaching staff and a good young nucleus that are going to be around for a long time, and we have the best player in the game in Jaromir Jagr. So I think the hockey side is great, and just making sure that the business side is is the same way.
Well, Murray, always the great ones give back to the game, and you're certainly doing your part in keeping the Penguins in Pittsburgh. Thanks for coming out.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Defending
Thanks,
champion,
Roger.
Mario Lemieux, now the owner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the only player in the modern era to own a piece of the team that he once starred for. This is John Elway at the 14th hole. His third shot after driving it in the water there. So he has a chance to save his par after that nice shot. Rick Groden, not much drama in this 10th American Century Celebrity Golf Championship. His birdie at the 13th increases his lead to 9 over former champion Billy Joe Tolliver and Pierre LaRouche, but still more fun and games left.
Denn über meinem Haupt erscheinst du der Nacht so glorreich wie ein Flügelbote des Himmels, wenn dahinfährt auf den trägen Wolken und auf der Luft gewölbtem Busen schwebt.
Romeo! Oh, Romeo! Warum denn Romeo? Verleugne deinen Vater, deinen Namen. Willst du das nicht? Schwör dich zu meinem Liebsten.
Germans don't do romance.
Höre ich noch länger? Oder soll ich sprechen?
They do beer. Bex, the best of what Germans do best.
This year, one airline was again recognized for excellence. One airline that's adding one new plane every 10 days in 1999. One airline that has emerged as an industry leader in on-time performance. While there's more we could say about this one airline, nobody says it better than you, the frequent flyers who ranked TWA #1 in customer satisfaction in short flights. As for us, we just want to say thank you for choosing TWA.
Is there a doctor on board? Is there a doctor on board?
I'm a doctor. Lateral streaking, severe dusting. Do you have any allergies?
No.
You're not using cheap toner in your printer, are you?
Yeah, why?
Cheap toner can lead to streaky printouts. When your presentations look bad, you look bad. Get some rest. Lay off the cheap toner.
How you look depends on how you look on paper. HP Laser Jet Toner.
So, doctor, is he going to make it?
No.
You are watching the American Century Celebrity Golf Championship on NBC.
Tennessee Titans place kicker Al Del Greco trying to convert his birdie after that nice approach at 15. Solid stroke in the left-hand side. And Al Del Greco moves back to plus 10 after back-to-back birdies. He's got a great back nine going, 3 under par, 16.
Third shot for Chris Chandler. 540-yard par 5. This just a pitching wedge from just over 100 yards. Oh, very nicely played. So he'll have a very makeable putt. We go ahead to 17, and Dick Anderson for his birdie after a nice tee shot. And that moves Anderson to 1 under par for the day, and the man who was the 73 Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL is on the offensive today. We'll go back to 14.
This would be a nice par save for Elway, who again drove it in the water.
Kind of surprised he would hit it that far left. Haven't seen John Elway hit too many bad shots this week.
Well, earlier, Roger, we alluded to the fact that John Elway might want to become an owner in the NFL. There have been some rumors that perhaps a franchise in the Los Angeles area, he'd be very interested in that. He indeed said he would be.